Hey everyone. So today I have a small errand to run and decided to film my drive over there. I don't have anything specific I'm going to test. I'm just going to let the system do its thing, and maybe we'll encounter scenarios where I can make some commentary, but for the most part I'm just going to let it drive, and I hope there's something that we can learn from this drive. We're not going to be hitting any peak traffic, but it is around noontime, so I do find that people do go out for lunch, and so we are going to be encountering some congestion on the road. I've got the maximum speed set to 72 miles per hour right now, but because our lead car is going below 60, we are also going below 60. And I know that my car sees the car in front because I do have a car icon on my dash over here. In this little area coming up, I noticed that the stock system of the Rav4 does get a little confused here. Let me see, maybe this actually changed. Before, the lane markings weren't very clear here, but it looks like there's been some work done around here, so that's been changed. Yeah, they definitely changed it. And this particular highway is not the windiest or curviest of highways, but it is fairly windy, so it's really nice to test the highway conditions for these level 2 driving systems. We have a mix of straightaways, and we have these gentle bends where we can...
In 2 miles, use the left lanes to take exit 9P for US 101 North toward San Francisco.
where we can observe the behavior of how the system reacts to curves in the highway. Just stopped the car, brake for that kind of detection, so that was nice. will say it's pretty interesting because, like I've mentioned before, we also have a Tesla, and at this moment, Tesla is giving out a free month of full self-driving, and it is fascinating using that system and then coming back to a system like this where it really is just the bare bones of lane keeping and adaptive cruise control. But this is more chill.
Left 3 lanes to take exit 9B, the US 101 North toward San Francisco.
As amazing FSD is, I don't really consider it a chill drive because, okay, so that was a sharp bend where we did have
Use the left 3 lanes
pretty
to
high
take exit
speed,
9B.
and the steering did ask for help, but I didn't help it, and it still made it. So right now, thankfully, we do have a lead car in this bend. It is quite sharp for the speeds, and it looks like it looks like SideCar did that okay, running on open pilot. Just get a signal just to give people a little heads up. Wow, hold on one second. I don't hear my clicker. Unless it's just really low. That was weird. I'll have to email SideCar about that. I've never had that happen before where... Okay, so it said I had someone in my blind spot there, but I don't hear my clicker for the turn signal, which is odd. Unless I'm going deaf. I don't think I'm going deaf. Can accelerate here, I'm not sure. Yeah, I need to accelerate there. Yeah, unless my cabin is extremely loud right now, I'm not hearing my turn signal clicker for some reason. But it is nice to know that the blind spot monitoring is being used for the system, because you heard that dinging whenever I turned the signal on, and it just basically means that it does see someone in my blind spot. I'm not sure if it'll cancel itself, but I don't really want to try that out. And right now we're just encountering straight highway, so I don't expect anything to be happening right now. The stock system for the Toyota Rav4 could handle this pretty easily. I am going to be doing a night drive soon. Someone from the comments requested to see it working during the evening or during night. And if you have any suggestions you want to see, just make sure to write them down in the comments. I only have a few more weeks with the system before I have to return it back to Epilog, which is really sad. Because unlike the old Comma.3 and Comma.2 that I had, I've installed this system once and have not taken it down since. And it's really nice in terms of that day-to-day living with the product. I I really just couldn't trust the mounting system that Comma uses. I know that the failure rate is fairly low, but just knowing that users have had their systems fall off their windshield where the adhesive failed is just not the best feeling. I did get an update to the app, I believe last week, but the release notes just mentioned onboarding improvements, and I didn't see any updates to the software, so I wasn't really keen on trying to understand what was happening. Truth be told, if this product never gets an update anymore from what it is now, I honestly would not mind, because it's already fulfilled what I wanted out of it, which was the hands-free driving and better lane keep assist, and then keeping the general behavior for the adaptive cruise control. So that cut-in detection was pretty good, and honestly, like, I don't really care about any more updates past this, because anything more is really just all experimental and gimmicks. For instance, I think some people have mentioned they would rather have the Comma unit because it has the navigate on autopilot system, but again, that was such a gimmick that even now Comma has removed it from their base system because it just wasn't reliable enough. I'm sure it'll come back eventually, but I think it just proves that a lot of those quote-unquote extra features are just not really worth having unless you just enjoy, I guess, dealing with experiments. From a day-to-day standpoint, they're really not needed. And again, here's Epilog SideCar doing it at the bare minimum, but doing it very well. This guy needs some sort of lane keep assist. He's probably on his phone. Yep, sorry. She was on her phone. I shouldn't have stand. Might be hearing more rattling than usual from my car. I'm doing some returns to IKEA, and everything's just kind of in the back rattling away. I'm gonna be at the ready here. This little area always seems to have some drama. Oh, all my IKEA stuff just slid forward. Yeah, so you got individuals like that. But this stretch of highway is always a little crazy. This is the 101. There's just a lot of action happening here. We had some pretty hard braking and handled that fairly well. This person might cut me off. Let's see. Ooh, they showed some restraint. And to be clear, I did choose this specific lane because I know that it doesn't have any influence on exits, and I won't be slowing down people in the fast lane. And if you are using these level 2 driver assists, the middle lane is just the ideal lane to be using it on, especially with sidecar running on open pilot, where the lead car and what it's doing has influence of where this car wants to be in a lane. And that means that if I were to be following a car, and if the lane markings aren't so sufficient or clear, it will actually follow the car in front. And if the car does take an exit, it could follow that same car into an exit. And I've seen that happen numerous times, both with sidecar and open pilot on Comma.2 and Comma.3. So if you are going to be using a system like this, the middle lanes are really ideal for it. There's just less merging you have to deal with, less exits and whatnot. But I do find I have to drive faster. Normally when I'm using these driver assist systems, I actually keep it at the speed limit, 65 miles an hour, but because we are in the middle lane and the normal driving behavior of everyone around us is usually faster than the posted speed limit. Right now I have mine set to 72 miles an hour, and this little service van or truck wants to be in the ideal lane as well.
Use the right lane to take exit 403 toward East Palo Alto.
going to do an assisted lane change here. Alright. And I might as well move over one more. See if it'll slow down for this car, and it does. Great. And I guess I do hear the clicking. Maybe my cabin noise is so loud that like I just can't hear it, or I'm going deaf. I don't know. I do have like a slight cold right now. We are speeding. Hold on, I'm going to just simmer this little dude down. Alright, back to 65 miles an hour now. And we're going to be exiting anyways. But that's the really
Use the right lane to
chill
take exit
drive
403.
with
Use the right
sidecar.
lane to take the exit toward East Palo Alto.
If you're thinking about buying it, I personally think it's a great buy in terms of just
Take the exit toward
boosting
East Palo
the
Alto.
stock driver assist system.
In 1,000 feet, turn right on Donovan
And
Street.
if you're not doing any coding or wanting to get into machine learning and such, this, in my opinion, is a better buy than
Turn right on Donovan
Open
Street.
Pilot or Comma 3. Now, if you are wanting to code and learn machine learning, etc., then yeah, get the Comma 3. So I just turned it off right now. But if all you want is to boost the driver assist, this is a very good buy in my opinion. So, thanks for watching. And if you want to see some specific tests that you had in mind, again, just write it in the comments and I'll see if I can do them for you. Alright,
At the
see you
light,
on the
turn
next one.
right, then you will arrive at your destination.